Hey everyone, welcome to Technique Tuesday. I'm A-Hole Joanna Bronson. I'm so excited to share with you some tips and tricks that we've collected at A-Hole Productions to help you on your journey becoming a full-time working actor. And let me tell you guys, the biggest mistake you can make is don't become a student. Find the right teacher. And the reason I say this is especially in LA and New York and the major cities where our industry lives. In smaller cities, I find that you can find studios that are more about the student, and there are more less students per teacher and things like that. But in bigger cities, especially LA and New York, I've had the experience of being in studios where they make students not working actors. And by that, I mean there are different progressions. You should learn the basics of a studio and then, work into getting into their master classes and things like that. Yes, you can absolutely do that, and it is a goal, and it's a great thing to do. But I find that in most studios, in that first 2 years of being there is where I find the information that they're providing, their style, and you can actually do that in the first 6 months, honestly. I find that I never picked one studio to stay at longer than 6 months because I didn't want to get comfortable. Once you get comfortable and the teachers know you and the other students in your class get to know you better too, I find that there's a sort of comfort in that, and you get a little, I don't want to say lazy. You don't get lazy, but you need to be motivated to try new things. And sometimes when you do a technique for too long, it gets a little stale, it gets a little dry. And I like going to different studios to pick out the techniques that work for me, that I can integrate together and be like, all right, this is the way I'm going to do this character. And then for this scene, I'm going to do this. And for this play, I guarantee almost every time I work on something, it's going to change a little bit because there's different things that I've learned that I would like to use. And I also like being in a new environment. It's a challenge, and you get to work with new people and new teachers that are going to challenge you in different ways that you never saw before. So some things that we've collectively came together and saw that were some predominant things in studios that we were just so scared of for students because they find a way of brainwashing you sometimes, and these are not the places you want to be working at. Acting class is the gym. It's a workout. It's for you to practice your craft and get some feedback to see what you could be working on and to hone your skills. You're building a toolbox, and in order to do that, you don't need to stay at one studio. If you are comfortable and you like the studio you're at, great. Congratulations. There are some fantastic teachers and schools out there. I just find it's better if you spin it up a little bit, if you can change it once in a while, just to make sure that you're getting the best quality control you can for your craft. So here's some things, I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget, between me and my other associates that we came up with that are things to think about when you're checking out schools. So in order to make sure you're progressing towards becoming a full-time working actor, because that is the dream, right guys? Here we go. Just because these teachers are known doesn't mean they're right for you. Stick to your gut. If you walk into a studio and this teacher has been everyone says, oh, so amazing, you will learn and you will start, my students are working and all these things. Yes, they do exist, don't get me wrong guys, but sometimes you'll go to these studios and you'll find that maybe one of the ways of them teaching is talking down to you, is making you feel like absolutely just crap. And that is not a healthy environment. It's not. Actors, I find for the most part, they are confident in certain ways of being on stage and working, but in the other ways, most of the time, we're really insecure and we want direction and we want validation, or we want all these things to help us. And someone breaking you down so far that you're not getting anything constructive out of it, I don't find that to be helpful at all. And don't get me wrong, guys. I grew up an artist. I was always in an art school before I did performance. I was illustration, and I loved it when my teachers tore my stuff up and was just like, you know what, I know you're bullshitting me. And I knew that I was bullshitting them. And I do learn better by efficiency. I like someone to be direct with me, but I don't need someone shitting all over me, and neither do you. That is not loving to you. That is not what's going to help you grow to be a better performer. So that's one of my big pet peeves. Another one is cliques. I find that some schools, certain students get into master classes because of cliques. And there are some really great master classes out there. And if that's a goal of yours, to be working with one of these top teachers in a master class, absolutely go for it. I highly recommend doing it. But there are going to be some studios that aren't so known, and you find that in order to get into the master class, you have to be friends with the teachers, and you have to go on all their social gatherings, and you have to suck up, and you have to write letters and all these things, and You shouldn't be doing that. You should be doing it based on merit. You should be getting into those classes because you've worked your ass off and your craft is there and you're ready to work with other people that are going to challenge you, and you're no longer in a level of people that are challenging you. And that's the idea to me about raising into different levels of class, because the intro class you learn the basics, the intermediate class you're ready to put that craft to work, and in the master class everyone shows up ready to work. That's how I see it. Because I find in a lot of intro classes, you find those people who aren't coming ready, they're not doing the work, they're not doing their homework, and they end up phasing them out really quick, and that's how you excel. That's how you get to the next level. Something else that came up, if you aren't working in every class, what's the point of being in class? I find that some studios, they put so many students in a class that you only get to see 5 out of 20 people, you see 5 people work in one class. Now don't get me wrong, you don't want to be in a class where you're watching 20 people work in a class either. It's way too many scenes. It turns into a 3-4 hour class, and you have better things to do with your time. I find that I work best, everyone's different, I work best in a maximum of 15 student class. That way, there's pairing, and so you see maybe 7 scenes a class, and they keep them short and they keep them concise, and everybody works and everybody gets to go up a second time sometimes. It really just depends what you're looking for out of a class. They're all different, and you just got to stick to your gut is my biggest thing. And if, this was one of the funniest things, but it comes up, I'm telling you. If the teacher says, I have it all figured out, please run for the hills. Run as fast as you can. Yes, these teachers have their techniques, and they have ways to get into the industry, and they have the mindset, and they've been around long enough to see the things that work and don't work. But if they say they know everything and that they're going to be the ones to make you a star, please run. Please run as fast as you can. Because the thing about class and teachers, the best ones know that every day you're going to learn something new, and the best thing an actor can aspire to is to be the kind of actor who learns something new every day. I find that the best working people that I see in our industry, from directors to casting directors to actors, are people who are open and willing to learn. And those are the people that I want to collaborate with, because those are the people that I can learn from. Those are the people who will be open and willing to teach me and show me that, we're not perfect and there are folly in everything that we do, but we can learn together. And those are the people that I want to collaborate with. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. I know finding the right class and studio can be stressful, and it's expensive. So that's why I don't want you guys wasting your money and time. Go to audits. Most studios offer audits so that you can go in and see how they work and if it's the right environment for you. I highly suggest doing it. Just call and ask and see if they do audits. If they don't, maybe they have a blog online. Like, research. Do your homework before you spend all that money on a studio that isn't right for you. Because we want to see you guys grow. We want to see you guys do great things. And you can't do that in a toxic environment. So I hope this was helpful to you. Leave comments and questions below, and I'll get to you as soon as I can. If you have any suggestions of studios or teachers I should check out that I haven't seen yet, I would be more than happy to look at it. So please send it to my way. I'm always trying to learn more. My name is Joanna Bronson at A-Hole Productions, and here we're just trying to inspire and change the world. If you like this video, all that we ask is you please share it with your own audience. I'll see you next time, guys. Have a great week.